The other important artery is the common carotid artery. As common carotid artery divide in the internal carotid artery and external carotid artery, common carotid artery is the combination of characteristics of both. It's peaky as external carotid artery, but have a high blood diastolic flow as internal carotid artery. It's the combination of both internal and external carotid artery. You can see here end diastolic flow is high, but is peaking as external carotid artery. Common carotid artery is a combination of the both artery that divide the common carotid artery. This is how look the common carotid artery in the screen. But in the legs artery and also in the arm arteries, the flow is multiphasic. This is called triphasic flow. At the beginning it's positive. When the systole finish, become negative. This is because blood flow coming back and after other time forward. This is triphasic flow. This is how is the arterial wave of arteries of the leg. By example, femoral artery, popliteal artery in normal people without stenosis look like this. Triphasic, positive, negative, and positive. This is an example of a leg artery. Triphasic. But when there are stenosis, the triphasic wave begin first biphasic, only positive and negative, and when there are more stenosis, the wave become monophasic like this, even no negative, only positive. This is the wave of a post-stenotic left artery. After an obstruction, the artery lost the triphasic shape and become first biphasic and at the final monophasic, and also the end diastolic flow become high because arterioles of the muscle are always open because there are a low blood flow. Monophasic post-stenotic artery or damped post-stenotic artery. Normal flow in the arteries are essentially laminar. This is the normal flow. That means that all the flow is moving in the same direction, a little higher in the center, a little slower near the wall. Blood move in concentric layer. The faster are in the center. Laminar flow have a narrow range of velocity. That means that all the blood is moving at similar velocity. But turbulent flow that is not normal is when the blood is moving to different velocities and different directions. This is that happens after a stenotic area. Flow is moving at different velocities and at different directions. And this is a venous flow that had no pulse because it's the flow that are returning to the heart. Other venous flow here. And this is an arterial flow, a low resistant arterial flow. I think is a hepatic artery that have a very high diastolic flow. This is a low resistance flow. A spectral Doppler transducer. Pulsed transducer, the same transducer that we use for scan normal B mode. And other kind of transducer is called continuous Doppler. Continuous Doppler transducer we don't use in general sonography, but in vascular and in echo sonography have a lot of use. Pulsed Doppler is produced with the same transducer that we generally use, the common transducer. Look in the picture, any of the transducers that we use can make pulsed Doppler, same transducers. Continuous Doppler are very different. The theory of continuous Doppler is different. Continuous Doppler do not produce pulse. Continuous Doppler have two crystals. One crystal produce ultrasound, the other crystal get the ultrasound, receive the ultrasound. One transmitter, one receiver. This is for that the duty factor in continuous Doppler is equal 1, because the machine have the same time transmitting, the same time receiving. Continuous wave zone cannot produce picture. That is only for pulsed ultrasound. This is the problem of common wave Doppler system. There are not anatomic information. But really, new transducer, there are a combination of pulsed Doppler with continuous wave Doppler that can give you a picture, and you know how to measure, but they are not exactly the same as pulsed Doppler, because continuous wave Doppler don't measure one exactly area, measure all the line. Continuous wave advantage is that can measure high velocities, and remember that high velocities is important because high velocities there are where stenosis is. Continuous wave major disadvantage is you don't know exactly you are measuring. This is called range ambiguity. Range ambiguity means that you are not sure what area of Doppler